Welcome back, YouTube family. Like, subscribe if you want to see more videos just like this. Y'all, we're gonna get right to it. Let's go.
This for entertainment purposes only, and it's for a weather report. You can take me serious or not for my brothers and sisters down in Louisiana, southeast Texas, and I'll go ahead and add Arkansas and Oklahoma to that. You better buckle down. Nadine's coming. You guys are figuring this out, weather warfare. These are not an act of the Creator. The Creator would never do that. But why the Creator is allowing this, I don't know. I'm pissed. Why I hear we volunteered to be down here, we got to. Nobody would. I don't know why we did. But anyway, Nadine is going to come through Louisiana like a 120-mile fastball across the plate. You guys better take this serious. I just told some of my Louisiana followers they better start preparing now and make their reservations in Arkansas, Oklahoma, somewhere there. At least southwest Arkansas. Now, they're still going to get some rain, tornadoes. But it's coming, guys. This is manipulated. There is no accidents, never has been. We live in an illusion. You might as well wake up. Why did I include Arkansas and Oklahoma? Because the wraparound is probably going to cause tornadoes. There's 3 or 4 more hurricanes. I figure there's going to be one on the west coast, and then they're going to set off the New Madrid fault and probably the one in California. I said they're going to set it off. It's not going to be accidents. It's not going to be act of the Creator. Watch Cabin in the Woods. Watch how the CIA goes in and shifts just like we do in a factory and terrorize these people on top. Hollywood's predictive programming. You need to wake up. You need to write Donald Trump at the office of the 45th president 17 times a day. Tell him enough's enough. They are in complete control, guys. You watch it. Nadine's coming. You better. I don't know how to prepare for a hurricane. Never been through one. But what you need to do, you need to start buckling down. I don't care if you look like a foolish conspiracy theories or what, you to blame me on it. And you need to stitch your stuff ready, and you need to get your reservations up out of the way in southwest Arkansas, southeast Oklahoma, up towards Oklahoma City. I figure Mississippi's going to be hurt too, eastern Arkansas, and God forbid if they set that New Madrid fault off. I feel for you. I've told people you'll be able to go to Payment and Batesville and see the ocean if they do that, and I'm serious. And enough's enough. We need to band together and tell Trump and the military is enough. Show the people the truth until they dump the crimes against the most innocent one. Then and only then will people find a will to change. Later. Oh, research the Arcturian Tunnel. That's why they set the one off over Disney World. I'll get more into it, and y'all white people know what Disney does. But why hurt all those people? But that's why, the Arcturian Tunnel. I'll try to post more about that later.
Hey, Nadine on the way. And I don't think it's just Nadine. We seen in another video where it said Hurricane Leslie too. So where is all these hurricanes coming from? Right after each other, man. One after another, one after another. Man, it's not a game, man. These things have to be manipulated, right? Allegedly. I'm just gonna keep it real. Man, it's crazy.
Underwater here, Punta Gorda, Florida. The whole town is getting flooded out by big-time storm surge. Coming in like a tsunami, you guys. These pools right here, 20 minutes ago had no water, no grass right here. Now, water has come up. It's flooding Punta Gorda, Florida, getting flooded out. We are in the Gulf of Mexico now in Punta Gorda, Florida. Power flashes in the distance, getting hammered by 80-mile-per-hour plus gusts at times. Water's up to my knees. And I'm up above and on the sidewalk, a little bit higher up. Big time storm surge problems in Punta Gorda, Florida right now. Oh, sparks, power flash. Big problems here. Our hotel is an island. We're surrounded on all sides. Oh, another big power flash, sparks. We are about at least 5-6 feet above sea level here, and the water's coming up to over my knees right here. Not good in Punta Gorda, Florida, guys.
Man, now we have seen some videos. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all seen the same videos that I seen. Man, they talk about it down. They saying it was a category 5 and it went to a category 3 by the time it hit land, or a category 2. I think it was a category 3. But do y'all think it's true, or do you think they're downplaying it and it really was a category 5 or maybe 4 when it hit the land, and they just telling us that it was a category 3 or 2, just like they said it was, you know, it wasn't a category 6 at one point and everything else, man. Me personally, I don't think you can believe everything that you see on that news channel, man. Just like, you know, the stuff that they tell us right now, that no, we're not manipulating it, we're not doing this and da 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 da. Then you got all these other videos with all this crazy footage of the weather, and it's blatant that it's obvious that they are doing something to make this stuff happen like that, man. They saying, oh, we can't control it, we can't do this, but man, with this technology these days, I wouldn't put nothing past them. Let me know what you think about that down below in the comment section. Coincidence or not?
Hey guys, I have a question. I'm sitting here eating my lunch. I was watching videos. I'm no conspiracy theorist at all, but I'm watching all these videos saying that they can control the weather and make things happen. Is that true? What do you all think? Can they really make hurricanes and tornadoes come? I even seen something about them putting dry ice in clouds. I don't know. It sounds crazy to me, like magic. But I obviously don't believe in that either, so. But everything is crazy, and you watch all these videos, and it's like, can they really control the weather? I want to know what you all think, because it's got me wondering. And if so, why would they cause something to destroy people's homes and end people's lives, their children, elderly people in general? Just, if that's the case, why would they do something like that? That is terrible. I don't understand. But anyway, is there any conspiracy theorists out there? And what do you all think? Let me know. Love you. Bye.
Now saying the federal government is literally controlling the weather. We're controlling the weather. It's beyond ridiculous. It's got to stop.
I want to show you a few clips. Please watch this. That pattern is like a magnetic action done remotely. There are machines that can do this.
Now, the most amazing thing is that that cloud up there, which was generated by the engine, is just a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. It's water vapor. And in about an hour's time, someone in Mississippi is going to get wet washing. It will actually rain. It's raining! That's unbelievable!
Alexa, did North Carolina use cloud seeding during Hurricane Helene?
Yes, North Carolina has been cloud seeding during Hurricane Helene. Scientists injected silver iodide into the hurricane wall to steer the hurricane in another direction.
My goodness.
That scientists and researchers are looking at how to change the weather on purpose. That's right. Lasers now could one day manipulate rain and lightning. CBS This Morning contributor Michio Kaku is a physics professor at City College of New York. Professor, nice to see you. Extraordinary seeing Al Gore and Bill Clinton there together with Charlie, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, they did not get into this discussion, though. But it is fascinating. I mean, lasers, really, to change the weather?
That's right. Well, as Mark Twain once famously said, everyone complains about the weather, but no one ever does anything about it. Well, instead of doing a rain dance, we physicists are firing trillion-watt lasers into the sky to actually precipitate rain clouds and actually bring down lightning bolts. This is potentially a game changer.
But this is experimental.
It's experimental. However, in the laboratory so far it works. When you have water vapor and you have dust particles or ice crystals, you can precipitate rain. It condenses around the seeds. These seeds can also be created by laser beams. By firing trillion-watt lasers, you rip apart the electrons, creating what are called ions, and these ions act like seeds, like dust particles, bringing down rain and even lightning. Katie, go ahead.
Well, this fascinates me in part because, too, I remember reading the stories that China had used this during the Olympics, that the USSR had used this after Chernobyl to create rain clouds. I mean, did those really work then? We have some of these capabilities now?
Inconclusive. Even in the 60s, the CIA used this to bring down monsoons during the Vietnam War, to wash out the Viet Cong. Governments have been playing with this thing.
Alleged to.
Alleged to, right.
Yeah.
Now, realize that for decades now, these governments have been alleged to have experimented with weather control, but nothing conclusive. This time we're bringing in the laws of physics rather than simply waving our hands and uttering mumbo jumbo. We're actually using trillion-watt lasers now. And in the laboratory, sure enough, they precipitate rain out of water vapor. Sure enough, you can actually bring down electricity down the beam.
So what does it mean for drought areas that need to have rain for crops, and if they don't have them, there's the consequences of famine?
Well, the bad news is if it's a clear blue sky, it's not going to do anything at all, because it only takes water vapor that's already in the air and condenses it. However, for floods, for agriculture, farmers, for people planning wedding parties, football games, you name it, outdoor events and agriculture and flooding and even hurricanes, all of them could be subject to weather modification.
Incredibly interesting, Professor Michio Kaku. Thank you so much.
Right there in your face now. You got the questions, right? You heard what the lady said. She was asking and saying and all that. You heard what Biden said and all that. Come on now. Do you think it's a conspiracy? Do you know who coined the word conspiracy theory? It's a 3-letter agency, and I ain't gonna just, but I'm pretty sure you know. If you don't know, let's do the research. I don't want to mention their name after me. You know what I'm saying? But it's out there. It's videos about that. The word conspiracy theory. Just research it. Search it up. Who coined the word conspiracy theory or conspiracy theorists? And you get everything that you need to get from that and put it all together. And you go from there.
So as usual in my last video about this hurricane that was man-made, which they knew was going to happen, I got the usual comments of, oh, another tinfoil hat wearer, a conspiracy theorist, there's no way that they can control the weather. Well, how about you take a few hours out of your day and really look behind the curtain, behind the mainstream media, behind the propaganda, look into these patents, and then you come back and tell me that they can't control the weather. You think those train lines in the sky every day are normal? You think a hurricane of that magnitude can just pop up that rapidly? Like literally, NPCs.
What's up, everybody? Look at this Gulf of Mexico now out there. Milton moved past. I've never seen the Gulf of Mexico inundated with that much dry air. The whole Gulf of Mexico. Look at this line cutting right through it right here. That is absolutely insane, isn't it? The whole Gulf is inundated with dry air. Usually it's all moisture. All moisture right there. But let's look a little further south. Now, we've been having problems with this area right here, okay? This is where the last 3 hurricanes come from. This area right here, and look at it, starting to blow up a little bit more. You see that? Starting to blow up a little bit of something here. And the models do have something indicating it comes from this direction. Let me show you the model. Okay, this is the GFS model, and you notice right there, coming out of the Caribbean, That same location I just showed y'all. Got it coming up right here. And watch it got it going a little further. All the way up in here. Something's going on with this area down here in the Caribbean where it keeps spawning off things like they do off the coast of Africa. That's getting kind of strange, guys. If anybody can explain that to me, why they're spawning right there in the Caribbean in that one location, I would absolutely love that, guys. Peace. Love y'all.
Just something to think about now. Something to make your mind wonder. That's it. Like I always say, question everything. Don't fall for the boo-boo, man. Some people will probably be confused by that clip, but everybody knows, the animals know everything before we do, especially with this planet, with this earth, because we have lost our touch, man. We are no longer in tune with the planet, with this earth, like we should be, like we used to be, like our ancestors were. Like, these animals know, they have these senses. It's like whenever something strange finna happen with the weather, they get this, it's like an intuition of the animal, like Animal Planet intuition, that they know to move the opposite direction, that this storm or whatever's finna happen is gonna occur. They know to go somewhere where it's safe. So what do you think? You don't think the sea animals know that too? Whales, dolphins, even some of the fish, they know this. And these tag sharks could tell these people ahead of time what was coming, where it was coming to, and where to be safe. And that's all I'm trying to say with that clip. You know, I hope that helped some of you understand that probably didn't get it. But let me know what you think about that down below in the comment section.
Straps and hooks. Pedro Casares showing us his unconventional approach to keeping his Orlando home intact through Hurricane Milton.
Preparing my house for the hurricane. Right now, as you can see, the hooks on the floor, they're 8 feet deep of cement. They have rods in between, and it's to hold the friction of the roof from lifting.
His daughter explains the unique idea was born from experience more than 2 decades ago while Pedro and his family lived in Puerto Rico.
We had a hurricane that we went through, and the back of our roof lifted a little bit. It was aluminum.
Now, roughly $2,000 in for the cement, anchors, and made-to-order straps from Idaho that cover the front, back, and sides of the home.
They hold about 5,400 pounds of weight and wind, so yeah, we're giving it a test.
They're hoping it's enough to withstand Milton.
Definitely just stay tuned for the aftermath. We shall see.
In Orlando, Brian Abel reporting.
Smart man, smart man.
Has anybody checked on Concrete House Lady post Hurricane Milton? She posted this video 2 days ago saying she's not leaving because her house is commercial grade and her husband's a builder, and that their house is the reason why they're not leaving. Now, they live directly on the water, and her last update was 18 hours ago, and it was just a video of the wind and rain. This photo is from when Hurricane Helene came through. This was a storm surge, but in her caption it says this was halfway of the storm surge. It got so much worse. And you can kind of already see how far it was up her stairs. From what I've seen, the storm surge with Helene was 7 to 8 feet. But with Milton, they were guessing 15. So if this was only half of the 7 to 8 feet, what does the 15 look like for her? She did say that she was going to go live whenever it made landfall, but she ended up not going live because it got really bad. And after that last update, 18 hours ago, we have heard nothing. So personally, I keep stalking her page to see if we get an update. Or is there anybody that knows her that can give us an update? This is the front of their house. And yes, she did say showing us her house would really piss us off. But if the storm surge was truly 15 feet, I can't imagine 15 feet of water right there. So if anybody knows her, let us know if she's okay or not. Or maybe hopefully she'll post an update soon. Either way, I hope they're totally okay and that the storm did not affect them that much.
Lady went viral, man. She was cocky as hell. Man, I'm not leaving my house. We're rich. My husband built this house for me. And all this and that, man. And what do y'all think happened next? You know, she was giving updates. What do y'all think happened next? Where is she now? I'm pretty sure a lot of people who seen her on TikTok, just like me, I seen a bunch of videos based off her and talking about her on TikTok. Man, it got crazy quick, though. Got crazy real fast.
The rich lady with the concrete house, her husband's being sued right now for damages in excess of $50,000. The plaintiff is suing him and KD Construction of Florida. So this cricket felt lady's husband, who built that concrete house, did so carelessly and negligently maintain, operate, or control the motor vehicle he was driving so as to cause it to collide with the automobile which the plaintiff was driving. As a result, plaintiff was injured, suffered a permanent injury within a reasonable degree of medical probability, suffered permanent and significant scarring, suffered the loss of use of an important body function, body injury and resulting pain and suffering, disability, disfigurement, mental anguish, loss of capacity for the enjoyment of life, expensive hospitalization. It goes on. And when I was looking, he previously has a history of felonies for DUI, hit and run DUI, driving. I'm guessing because they took away his license after one of the DUIs, and then he was caught driving again, and they give him a felony for that. Do you think these people are smart enough to be trying to profit off of TikTok money with the whole rage bait of, oh, we're rich, you poor people, be mad, or whatever, to pay for their not only court costs, but the lawsuit? He's being sued for over $50,000. And this was filed September 27th of this year. Why would this lady be confident in her husband's ability to do anything? For the past, over 20 years, he's been getting in accidents, getting DUIs, going to jail. This is crazy. I was just trying to find their neighborhood to figure out how badly that was hit, which is Port Richey, by the way. But I found out so much more about them. And all their family members on Facebook are Zionists. They all have the, I stand with Israel frame, profile picture frame. Not all of them, but a good amount of them. This is crazy. I'm just trying to check on hurricane news, and I found this.
Crazy. That girl say no why. Man, that girl is crazy, man. I wonder how she found out the information so quick, though.
So I just said that I put a SOS call out on my TikTok. I had 120,000 followers at the time. I said, somebody will put me up for the night. And I only said that just to get them the hell away from me. But they went back and told the mayor that they got me to go to a shelter or whatever. So the mayor went on TV and said that they were able to get Hurricane Dan off the dock, off the boat, and if they could do that, they can get anybody to go to a shelter. And then the next thing you know, the news showed up and put me on right after her and showing me sitting on my boat.
Wow, man, that's crazy. Yeah, because
they're using me for their political gain, and it's turning around and backfiring on them and showing the public how and how much of liars they are.
Got him. Lieutenant Dan. Hey, I know everybody's seen the videos going viral about Lieutenant Dan on TikTok, man. You know, y'all give that man a break, man. Give him some rest, man. Let him rest, man. People are harassing him like a mother.
How you doing? How's the ride?
The water's gone.
Yeah, it's going out into the water. It's going out, being pulled out.
Yeah, you see right there.
How are you doing? No problem. Thought?
Huh?
Was it as bad as you thought?
No. Is the water coming back in or still going out?
It's going out. All right, you hang in there.
All right, you guys be safe. I'll see you tomorrow.
You too.
Lieutenant Dan, that man had faith, man. What they say, faith the size of a mustard seed will do it, man. All you gotta do is have faith. He had faith. Everybody tried to get him off of that boat, man. I'm talking about all kind of people, man, from around the world, even people right there. Man, they tried to get him off that boat. He would not budge. He said, man, God has his six. God has his back. God told him to get in that boat, man, because boats float. You know, it makes sense, though, to me.
It's done. We're friends. We're going to work together. We're going to blow up together. And we're going to make some money.
Let's do it. And that's how we do it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Forget the drama. Forget the bullshit. And let's just get down to making that paper. Let's go.
Let's do it. I'm gonna, as soon as you pick out a boat, and you know, first thing I'm doing, I'm coming to Tampa. We're gonna sail the boat together, and we're gonna have some fun.
All right. Sounds like a plan. I can't wait. I'm excited, and I've never been excited. Never knew what the hell it meant to be excited. Okay.
Now, who thinks Adin Ross is sincere, and who thinks he's not sincere? I know there's people out there that, you know, y'all like me. I know y'all seen a video saying that he took the deal away and that because of his past, allegedly. But it says that that wasn't the right guy. That the people gave him false information, misinformation, that it wasn't the right guy. It wasn't Lieutenant Dan. It was some other guy. But the part about the violin and the police officer, I think may be true, but they said that he was a rapist or something like that. That part was not true. And he didn't take the deal away. The deal still stands from what I've seen so far.
Y'all, I'm trying not to cry and speak tongues all over this here platform. This comment right here, when I tell you it shook up my shando, what if he was there and was the reason that the storm didn't do what the enemy called it to do or set forth for it to do? Because he sat at his post. What if he didn't sit at his post? And what if God used him as the example that if you do what I said do, the blessings don't just affect you, because we call it overflow. The saints call it overflow. That I'm going to be so good to you that your neighbors will feel it and your enemies will see it. And others will be able to partake, because you won't even be able to hold all that I have done for you. Greater is the end of a thing, because he sat still. He stayed the hand of God, because God wanted to see who can I trust to believe that I am God.
Man, like I say, everybody wanted him to leave, and he stood there, and he was, you know, he did what he was supposed to do, man. Like what I say, man, if God got you, man, nothing could defeat you. No, it don't matter who's against you. Like he did what he was supposed to do, man, and that probably showed everybody, you know, because people were starting to give up on the good man upstairs, man, and you know, think otherwise. But that's a testament. That's a testament, a testimony I know he has that he could spread around the world through TikTok, through the videos and the proof, to let you know, man, that God is still real, man. Because who would thought that he would have survived on a 20-foot or a 30-foot, whatever, say, however many feet they say his sailboat is, and the guy only has one leg. He had a little help, yeah, but who would have thought that he would have been, you know, still here with us? There's a lot of clout chasers out there that try to say that he was unalive, that he didn't make it, and all that stuff, just trying to get clout on TikTok and everywhere else. Man, that's crazy. Why would you even put something like that on that man? That's crazy, man. The clout world, man, what they say, the clout thing, man, is really a drug out here, man. The things people are saying about people, you know, the things people will say about people just to get a few clicks and likes and views, man, it's crazy.
all over money. What is going on right now? This is starting.
She just needs a video.
Okay, Pete. Anybody
needs a video to go
She
viral.
needs a video
I captured
too.
the story. You know what I'm saying? I could give 3 shits about what he's talking about. What I'm saying is like, what's going to go on with the money? Are you going to say if they buying your boat, is it going to be in your name, not their name?
Let's just stop it.
You see what I'm saying? I just want to know. Is it is? Like it is. No, it's this me talking. This ain't about no platform. This is about knowing if this gonna be for real or not.
Oh, yes, sir.
What you trying to stop me from talking? Thank you. This and me too. Me too. I'm KP. So don't tell me.
Look, you want to take a picture with you, by the way? Hey, let's take a picture with you.
Yes. Yes.
Oh yeah, I was on Bayshore.
No, you're famous now.
Wait, bro, I'm not famous.
This is on my page.
You're gonna go viral.
For
what?
Just watch.
No.
This morning,
Now, how dare he do that like that, man? Like, you don't own him, man. He's his own man. Like, he was talking to the lady. If he didn't really want to talk to her, he could have just walked off by himself. You don't go stand in front of somebody like that. That's somebody's mother, man. Have some respect for your elders, man. Like, come on, man. Like, yeah, okay, yeah, you AKA you found him or whatever. You say you blew him up. Some people say he made him, but he didn't make him, man. What do you think he's doing off of him, man? He's clout chasing off of him like himself. And look, you go to his page, and man, he got so many videos about Lieutenant Dan with millions and millions of views. You think he's giving Dan a cut of that? Let's just be real here. Oh yeah, he got him a GoFundMe and everything, man. Other people donate that money and stuff. But man, what about the money you making from the TikToks off this man? You know what I'm saying? Like, you really exploiting this dude. Like, for real though, you exploiting him in his life. Like, I seen videos he helped him by giving him some clothes and stuff like that. Little stuff, man. That's little stuff. Come on, man. If you got a TikTok with millions of followers and you up there, man, you could do way better than that, man. And you don't just walk in front of this black lady, man, like that, man. That shows how much respect you have for probably your own mother or any women. Like, to walk in front of her like that and do some stuff like that. And from what I heard and what I seen in that clip, he didn't look too stressed out to me, because she was asking some legit questions, and it seems like those questions was really getting to him. Like, he didn't like the questions. Like, that's the question that he should want to ask himself. Are they gonna put in his name and stuff? Like, come on, man. Are you walking in front of her like that and disrespect to go take some pictures for some other people and stuff like that? Man, that is crazy, man. The world is getting crazy, man. I hope Lieutenant Dan is smarter than what they pitting off, what he pitting off in front of them and stuff, and letting them. I hope he don't let them screw him over, man. Because to me, that's what it seems like they doing right now. They just getting clicks and views and stuff. They got them. It seems like they got them damn. I ain't saying he's a dummy, but like a dummy to just record off of, man. Like, come on, man. Like, that's wrong, man. I bet you he didn't do that to any of the other, people there that was coming to take pictures and videos or interviews with Lieutenant Dan. That is crazy. I think it was only because she was asking him valid questions that he didn't like, because he's up to some snake activities, in my humble opinion. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section.
FEMA operation that's a little bit further away from Hickory, up in the greater Asheville area. So that's kind of some of the tactical picture. But we have the ability immediately, and I mean immediately, with the phone call by the President of the United States directing the National Command Authority, and that means the Department of Defense, the Secretary of Defense, the Department of Homeland Security, FEMA, and some of these other federal institutions to mobilize, and they should put it under the command and control of a military unit, because this is a military recovery and disaster relief operation. I've been part of many of these. This is a very simple operation, actually, in the military, because these are Americans, right? Our soldiers, and I have too many stories in the last couple of days of soldiers at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, taking leave because many of them live up there, or other guys know people up there, so they're taking their own leave to get out there and help out for a couple of days to just do some immediate operations, because they can't take that much leave, right? A couple of days, 7 days. And so units are letting them go. So low-level soldiers are rank and file understand the urgency. They're watching this unravel, and they're looking at our government go and say and do nothing. I mean, nothing. This is so outrageous. We have, I mean, and what Nick was talking about, and you guys kind of touched on it in the end, you kind of say to yourself, why? And so, what are they doing, right? And you have to say to yourself, you know, $750, that's ridiculous. I mean, everybody knows. Everybody looks at this and goes, you know, what the hell is going on? And what's going on is, and I said this very publicly this morning on my X post, you know, I want people to understand when they say build back better, they need to destroy the entire system in order to build it back better in their image. And I mean that intentionally. I mean that precisely. These people are intent on destroying this country. So there are also stories. This just makes me sick. And good reporting from good people on the ground that I know of the looting and a lot of gunshot fire, a lot of gun fights up there to get rid of looters by some of the locals and by some of the recovery assets. There are also children that they're finding with ropes on their arms and their legs where they were tied to trees by their parents, and their parents are now dead. And the kids were able to get recovered. There are reports of illegals up in that area, and there's a group of illegals that they had, you know, basically grabbed up about 3 or 4 days ago. And, you know, these are the allegations of raping some of these children up there. So this is brutal, and this is a war zone. And in a war zone, and this is what I mean about this sort of disaster zone, it's like a war zone. You showed many of the pictures, Benny. So when you have a war zone like that, you're going to have all sorts of nefarious characters, actors. You're going to have people up there with all kinds of, you know, hey, if you support me, if you support this, you know, and they're going to be benefiting from it. We got to be very, very careful about who we're supporting, where your money's going, and the type of people that are up in this area, because you're going to have, it's such a gigantic area of operations. The only way right now for a legitimate, you know, well done, well executed recovery operation to take place is if the United States government commits at least a brigade-sized task force, which is about 7,000 to 8,000, you know, men and women, soldiers with all of the requisite capabilities to get in there. Now, this is even outside the scope of the National Guard. It's such a big problem, and that doesn't mean that doesn't take any away from the National Guard leadership. You know, they can get a general up there who's got some guts and is ready to make some decisions. But the scale and scope of this problem, like I said, we're talking about so many counties in North Carolina, but we're looking at a much bigger problem. And so the larger the problem, the bigger the resources that you're going to require. And those resources, because we're talking about interstate problems here, it has to come from the federal government. And for the federal government to say we're out of money is total bullshit. It's total bullshit. Excuse my Irish, Benny, to your audience. There are funds that are available. The President of the United States can redirect them. Speaker Johnson needs to stand up right now. And also he's got the authority to move monies from one account to another in order to support this operation. And then our Congress, our House, they should be so public right now in the public domain, you know, demanding that the President of the United States help these people. Benny, we're going to have over 2,000 Americans dead from a hurricane that was never expected to go up into the western hills of North Carolina. And I said, you know, the people that have died and will be recovered, you know, bodies from northern Florida all the way up to the hills of western or eastern Tennessee and western North Carolina. Benny, there are entire segments of I-40, and I've seen the videos and the pictures. I-40, which is a major federal highway that cuts right through, the entire mountainside came down, right? So there's an entire section. They're talking about well over a year to repair that. I mean, this is something that is so big. You know, Kamala can take her $750 and put it where you know the sun doesn't shine, because right now of a much more massive relief effort. And frankly, I hate to say this because it sounds like I'm crazy, but you know, abutting this up to the most consequential election in our history that we are about to experience, it just smells bad. It tastes bad. You know, it's the old thing. If it you know looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right? And we got a problem right now, Benny, and this government is intentionally, you know, doing nothing. They're doing nothing. So don't let anybody say that there's no money, and don't let anybody say that there's no resources. There are both, and they can be there in a moment's notice. We're already
That's something to think about right there. That's something to make you go, when you say, man, what's really going on out here, man? I'm telling you, man, it's a lot going on that you need to know, and it's my job, I feel like, to, you know, pitch you on game in this show. Let's get it, though.
FEMA, through their contractor, Vanguard, sent some subcontractors in to do damage assessments. And what we found out was Jerwan Jackson did damage assessments for FEMA. And he went to Bill's house. And he did a damage assessment, and he learned at that time that Bill had a collection of firearms and frequently sold firearms.
Man.
Everything that we've ever been taught as a kid is actually false. Like pretty much everything we've been told is a lie. And that falls under the web of the Matrix, and you can go down to conspiracy theories, which most aren't actually conspiracy theories. But
do any of you remember the set of cards that predicted world events? This kind of became viral in 2020. But these set of cards were made in 1990, and they predicted major world events. I don't know if you can read that, but what does that say and what happened in 2020? And this also happened. And this, I mean, come on. They're orchestrated. Everything was orchestrated. We are just watching a play. The world is a stage.
Hidden Agenda card game from 1994.
Man, that was a good one. Like I always say, question everything. Don't fall for the boo-boo, man. Spam the comment section. Don't fall for the boo-boo, man. Spam it, spam it, spam it. Don't fall for the boo-boo, man. That's the end of the video. I hope y'all liked it. Like, subscribe. Hit that notification bell on your way out, especially if you're new to the channel. Even if you're true to the channel, don't forget to like the video. You already know. It's your main man, MoneybaggCoo. I'm out. Holla. Y'all take it easy. Be safe.